Approximately 10:20 a.m. this morning, the Broward County Sheriff's Office received alerts about reports of an active shooter and radio traffic from school resource officers concerning the same concern, or having the same concern. Within minutes, law enforcement was on scene, as well as 2 school resource officers assigned here to the school who immediately encountered the subject within just minutes of this report going out. Once they encountered the subject immediately surrendered to these officers and he was taken into custody. Additionally, what I want you to know as of now, there are 4 individuals who are deceased from this incident, 9 that have been taken to local hospitals with various injuries. Of those that are deceased, 2 are students and 2 are teachers here at the school. The priority right now for us within this investigation is to gather all the facts, to make sure that we're accurate with it, because this is a murder investigation. As the sheriff mentioned earlier this morning, the shooter is in custody. His name is Colt, that's C-O-L-T, Gray. He is a 14-year-old student here at the school, G-R-A-Y.
Back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali.
He is a 14-year-old student here at the high school. Again, he has been taken into custody. He will be charged with murder, and he will be tried as an adult and handled as an adult. We're coordinating these charges and obviously this investigation with District Attorney Brad Smith, who is the District Attorney for the Piedmont Judicial Circuit here. Since earlier this morning we talked with you, and since the incident occurred, numerous interviews have been taking place through our investigation with students, faculty, as well as any other witnesses that we could identify. Law enforcement had a very, very swift response to this incident.
Okay, you guys, as you can see, Colt Gray. Now, what's up with you, Colt? What's the problem? Okay, you're just ignorant. Okay, you're just entitled. You got a wild hair up your tail. And that just is what it is. Okay, so now you guys know if he surrendered, they didn't unleash 100 bullets in him. He has to be a little white boy. He has to be a white boy. They didn't shoot him 100 times because your life was in danger. The officer's life was in danger, right? And he was going around shooting everybody, but they didn't shoot him 100 times. They let him go ahead and surrender and brought him in without putting a knee in his neck for 9 or 10 minutes, right? Here we go again. Another little white boy with a wild hair up his tail. White privileged Americans continue to do this foolishness. Okay? He mad at the dang world. Okay, so he want to come up in there and take people's lives. You know why? Because he can. And just like he being charged as an adult, so you guys say, where's his parents at? We want his parents brought up on charges too. So Colt, first of all, Colt, I don't know no black guy named Colt. Colt Gray. What's up, Colt Gray? We want his parents brought up on charges as well. We want Colt Gray's parents brought up on charges as well. You hear me? We want his parents brought up on charges as well. The hell all this other stuff. We want Colt Gray's parents brought up on charges as well. If he's 14 years old, the hell these charges an adult. The charges will be lessened after the election, you guys. Understand that. They'll be lessened. They'll be lessened or maybe even dropped. No, they won't be dropped, but they'll be lessened. He won't be charged as an adult. They're going to go through that whole process. Where are his parents? Where is Colt Gray's parents, you guys? They should be brought up on charges as well. Okay, again, we're keeping a close eye on the story. Colt Gray, what's your problem? Where you at? You sitting up in the holding tank right now, huh? About to be booked. Did you want it? You got it. This what you asked for? This what you wanted? This what you've been fantasizing about? You got it. Outrageous, you guys. Outrageous. Like I said, we want his parents brought up on charges as well for giving him access to a firearm. They are just as culpable as he is. All right, you guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed to the channel, Cali B Tv. Make sure you hit the like button, you guys. We're going to stay posted, and this is very sad, very, very unfortunate, but this is something that happens in North America. This is something that will continue to happen in North America because The money here is more important than American lives. Just understand that. Nothing's ever going to change with this. Understand that. On both sides. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. Nothing is going to change because the NRA, National Rifle Association, is too powerful. It's very powerful. Nothing will ever change here. So they can talk all the nonsense they want. The Republicans and the Democrats, they can talk all the nonsense they want. Nothing will ever change. Nothing. Because they are in the pockets of all of your political candidates. You understand?
I heard it was like a planned shooting, but I don't know. I was in class and we heard shots. The teacher ran, slammed the door, made us all go in the corner. We heard like the teachers and everything in the hallways, the police. We heard like the shooting, and then we heard that they ran away. And then after a while, they came and took us out to the football field.
Walk me through what happened. I heard like 12, 15 different gunshots. It was like boom, boom, and then stopped like a good like 2 seconds and started again. And then police came in, put the gun down, stopped, and then stopped after.
What did you guys do in the classroom?
We hid behind a brick wall.
No, I thought he was joking, actually. He sent me a text message and said that we're on lockdown. He was hiding in a room. And I said, if you're lying about this, dude, I swear to God. And I said, no, not lying. So I came rushing from Gwinnett County, parked my car probably a mile away, and literally ran to the school. And then they had all the kids in the football field and the bleachers and stuff. I couldn't find them. It was really hard. I wasn't sure if he was alive or not. But yeah, he's here, and I'm grateful.
You're emotional. It's
Yeah, I never really thought that this could happen at my son's school. My daughter just graduated from here last year. I got a middle schooler that's coming up, going to be going to this school. And yeah, you just don't think that it could happen to you. Sad.
Breaking story out of Georgia, Appalachian High School, a school shooting. Very, very unfortunate. I'm compiling coverage on this situation. Now, they have not showed the school shooter. They have not showed his face. Usually they'll have them plastered all across the screens if there was one of our color. So I'm assuming that he's a young white person. So unfortunately, this is the way it goes down in North America. It will continue to go down in North America because I just got a text from my sister because she lives out in Georgia, and she was telling me that she has not seen the person yet, but she heard he's in custody as well. Okay, so I'm going to compile coverage on this. Okay, you guys, we have Sheriff Judd Smith. He's going to give us more detail on what's going on. He said he will not be answering any questions. He just wants to let the public know where they are so far and what's going on so far. So let's hear the sheriff out and what he has to say.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Sheriff Judd Smith. I'm the sheriff of Bexar County Sheriff's Office. We're standing on the campus of APALACHEE High School here at Bexar County Schools. First and foremost, I want to lift up our community. I want to give our sympathies to our community, our school system, our kids, our parents that had to witness this today. Obviously, what you see behind us is an evil thing today. At about 9:30 this morning, we received the first call that there was an active shooter on this campus.
You guys, so far I've seen that there are 4 who are deceased and that 9 were injured. So this is very, very sad, very unfortunate. But like I said, they have not released this person's picture, and I'm kind of leery about that. Why have you guys not released his picture? This is a cold-blooded murder, and his picture needs to be plastered all over the universe, just like others' pictures have been plastered all over the universe when something goes down. You guys know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? You know who and what I'm talking about. I just want it to be that same energy. I want it to be that same, regardless of it, if it's a minor or not. They will splash your picture all over if you are a cold-blooded murderer like this person is. So I'm thinking that this is a young white man, so we'll see. Okay, as you guys can see, they do have a suspect in custody. We don't know what the race of the person is. All I'm saying is I'm banking on he's a white boy, unhinged, out of control, Just these little white boys they just do what the hell they want to do. There's no restrictions put on them, and some of them are even put up to do it. So it's very unfortunate, and it's so far there are 4 people that have lost their lives, and there are 9 people that have been injured so far. Okay, so let's go on to another.
That is coming out and coming out as well. So we're hearing different things, but we're also talking to students. One lady earlier, we talked to her live on the air. You heard her name was Camille. She said the gunman was in her classroom. It was her classmate, tried to get inside of that classroom, but they would not let him in. She heard about 4 shots outside of that. Then he said further down, she heard it maybe next door, maybe heard about another couple of gunshots happening there, and then said going to different hallways. We've talked to different students. They said they had to walk out with their hands raised like this with law enforcement, and they said they ran from that back part to that safe space, which was the football field. And many people thought it was a drill. They practiced for this, so they didn't know if it was a drill or if this was something that was for real.
Bottom line, guys, we want to see who this ruffian is, who's this little demonic demon with nothing better to do, with a wild hair up his little bung. We want to see who it is. Let's finish hearing what this student has to say.
11-ish, because it happened during second period, so it was like 10:30, 10:20-ish.
We've seen tents back there. What are the different, are there grief counselors?
Yes, there's grief counselors, and they're interrogating students that might have heard or seen something.
How are you processing all of this, family? This is a lot to go through. How are you processing this?
I'm trying to process it. It hasn't clicked yet. But I don't wish this on any parent in any country, anywhere. I felt my life flash before my eyes. Literally.
Did you hear the gunshots at all?
Yeah, I was in the hallway, so you could hear them like bang on the lockers and stuff, and then my teacher, she like left the classroom but came back, but she had like fallen, something had happened, and she screamed at us. And we were in a science classroom, so there's lab tables, so we all like book it for the lab tables. She closed the door, turns off the lights, and you could hear them rattle the door. And then a couple.
Them as in the gunmen or police?
So, well, it had just police. I didn't hear police shouting until like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, because we heard the sirens first, and then like a couple moments later you heard like police, sheriff. And then you could hear like before the police arrived, it was like, it didn't sound like a gun, but it sounded like, I was saying like a metal trash can like going and you could hear the kids screaming down my hallway, and then you heard more like of like hitting the lockers and stuff. And then eventually the police came, and walking out, you could see like what had happened. And then they took us all to the football field.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Alrighty. Thank you guys so much. I know it has been a very, very...
And she's just laughing and giggling for whatever reason. Maybe everybody handles trauma different, but she just so excited and giggling. I don't know what the giggle is for, but I don't know. So I guess, look here, White House calls Georgia high school shooting horrific. I am about 2.2 seconds from this SpongeBob head woman. She really irritates the hell out of me. I don't know if you guys have that same feeling about her, but I want to strap her down. I want to strap her down and straighten out. You got a little thickness on her little crop. Go on, girl. But you are irritating as hell, and I want to strap her down and put a hot comb to that head. Just one time. Straighten that head out, okay? Anyway, let's hear what she's saying, you guys.
Yet another horrific shooting. Now, as a parent myself, I know the anxiety that comes with sending your kid out into the world every day, living with the real fear of the worst can happen. So please know that our hearts are with those families in Winder, Georgia, who are forced to face this act of senseless violence. I want to let you know that the President and the Vice President have both been briefed, and his administration will continue coordinating with federal, state, and local officials as we receive more information.
The White House, their statement from our SpongeBob. Anyway, so we're going to go on and see if we can find some footage for Kamala, excuse me, and see what she's talking about, okay? So let's go, you guys. We're doing this, and I'm just going along as we are going along, y'all. I thought I saw a story on her saying something.
I want to say a few words about this tragic shooting that took place this morning in Winder, Georgia. We're still gathering information about what happened, but we know that there were multiple fatalities and injuries. And, you know, our hearts are with all the students, the teachers, and their families, of course. And we are grateful to the first responders and the law enforcement that were on the scene. But this is just a senseless tragedy on top of so many senseless tragedies. And it's just outrageous that every day in our country, in the United States of America, that parents have to send their children to school worried about whether or not their child will come home alive.
How do you know it was a math teacher?
Because my friend was in that class when he had math period, and she was telling me that when he opened the door to see what was going on, because he was trying to make sure if it was a drill or not, he opened the door, and right when he opened the door and peeked out, they shot him.
So you're saying this was happening in the hallway, your friend was in a classroom, the teacher in that classroom tried to go outside to see what was going on, and that teacher was shot?
She said, like, as soon as he opened the door, he got shot.
Let's see if they have a picture of the suspect. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know for certain. I can't say 10 times out of 10 that it is a young white with a wild hair up his tail, but more than likely, yes, it is. Let's see. High school shooting in Georgia. Very unfortunate. 4 people deceased, 9 people injured so far is what we are knowing about this tragic event. And unfortunately, this will continue to happen. All we do here in North America is wait for the next mass shooting because it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of TikToks. It's never going to stop because the National Rifle Association, they are too powerful. You guys understand? They make too much money, and they will never, ever, ever stop that. They will never, crack down on the sale of weapons. And what they need to do is prohibit young people like under the age of, 25 to having these weapons. Why do you need a weapon under the age of 25, or just say under the age of 21? You know what I'm saying? You should not be able to purchase or to have access to a weapon under the age of 21. And if once you do have access to a weapon, it needs to be a background check. Serious background checks before a person of any age could have a weapon. There needs to be a background check. This is ridiculous. The bottom line is we need to crack down on who has access to these firearms. And if this person is under 18, the parent needs to be held accountable that will give access to these minors to a weapon, to a firearm. If they have access to a firearm, that's on you, because clearly this person had access to a firearm at his home and was able to come and do this type of damage. Very sad and very unfortunate. All right, you guys. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, Cali B TV, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and we'll keep you posted. Until the next time, we're out. Bye.